Mother, man.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem! Well, what's up, guys?
What's happening, fellers?
Just throwing down here at Horns High Studios on a Saturday, putting in a little overtime, doing a bonus episode.
That's some hoe-ass shit because I just worked 11 days straight.
Oh, damn.
And today was my one day. I go back tomorrow. And it's like, we're still working.
We're
staying busy. But I'd much rather be doing this than
Right.
Right,
CK, you're calling us, and we're doing this live with you on the show from the get-go. So
yeah.
How's it going over there in Danbury, man?
Nice, about 58 degrees.
Yeah, it's about the same.
Starting to get cold.
Yep.
It was freezing this morning, but it's good.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Pretty much the same thing weather-wise here. So it's definitely fall, and that's why we're doing this. We're doing a bonus episode for the show that you're putting on this Halloween, Joey, Heart of Illinois. We'll definitely have you explain all about it and kind of how it started. Definitely, I'm sure our listeners be interested. And, of course, the show's coming up very soon. And the week that this episode is live is when the show is that Saturday on Halloween. Right. So definitely, if you're listening to this and within striking distance of Central Illinois, you definitely want to put it on the calendar. We're going to talk all about it. Since this is a bonus episode, it's not going to be a usual podcast. We're only going to talk about the one topic, and that's why it's a bonus episode. So you're not going to get the typical murder, metal, and mayhem, but it will be a little of all because it's talking about Joey's show.
It's fucking always
and
murder.
It's fucking badass. And so obviously all kinds of metal, mayhem, and discussions of maybe not actual murders, but songs and subjects and bands about
And that's why
serial
it was so
killers
awesome for us to have CK on, too, because
since
he's our metal guru.
Of course.
We need him talking about the show out here, you know.
Right.
Because he'll be there in spirit, of course.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So there's not going to be a killer cage match. There's no karaoke, just an open discussion about this show, the Heart of Illinois show coming up. And music from some of the bands that you sent, Joey, some killer shit. So check out all of our episodes, though, at murdermetalmayhem.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the podcast platforms. We're actually getting most of our listens, guys, from iTunes.
Really? No shit.
Or Apple Music is where we're getting like 48% of our listeners are listening that way. So that's cool.
But Apple sucks.
Well, it's not my thing either, but I know CK is a big Mac
Apple's
and Apple
the
guy.
only way to go.
Oh, I know.
Apple.
Yeah, so usually it's die hard one way or the other with that argument. It's like
I
the Chris Barnes corpse grinder argument,
yeah.
right? Also, thanks to spellboundeffectsandart.com for sponsoring our show. They're so sick.
Tony's a badass.
Great. Yeah, I mean, what better stuff to buy at Halloween than this stuff, you know? And Halloween is fucking 24/7, 365 over at fucking Spellbound Effects and Art. It's sick. He sent us the arm was the first thing he sent. It's amazing. Murder Metal Mayhem carved right into it. It looks so fucking real. I was at a Halloween store the other day and looking at stuff, and it really looked like trash.
Like fake ass.
Like I just put it down. Like really, like how could I put that stuff out here with this? You know, like this is just sick. Tony's amazing. The lamp. I mean, this fucking skull with the fucking spike that we call Spike. Just amazing shit. So go check them out, spellboundeffectsandart.com. And thanks, everybody, listening. Again, this is a bonus episode. These are always fun. So you guys ready to fucking do it, man?
Goddamn.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to get deep inside that urinary tract river of me and just see what kind of mistakes you've been making in your own life.
All right.
Little
Necro, baby.
Cannibal Ass Grinder.
Yeah,
what was the name of that song, Joe? You were talking.
Rituals of the Piss Flap Wizard.
Wow.
Yeah.
Next to be on a Disney soundtrack,
Yeah,
I'm
for
sure.
sure.
So very cool, very cool. Well, yeah, it's going to be fun here, just having kind of an open conversation. And Joey, I know this is your gig, so I guess the best play to start it out is for our listeners that aren't aware. You know, what happened? How did this all begin?
Right.
Why is it called Heart of Illinois? Just kind of give us a little background.
Yeah, it started. I wish I had thought to get a little more reference on the dates and shit. I think it was
Right.
2015 was the first year.
I think so.
And the whole thing started with my buddies of Borning who were from Atlanta, Georgia, and they were on tour, and they were coming through, and I didn't have a venue to give them in Bloomington at the time. I couldn't set a show up, and I wanted to, but there was literally nowhere I could find to set it up. And I was like, well, they were like, well, we're still going to be coming through there, so if we got a place to stay, that's equally cool, And I was like, oh, obviously you guys can come crash with me. And they're a drum machine band as well, and I got to thinking about it. I'm like, man, I practice in my fucking apartment
All the fucking time.
Why
dude.
can't they just set up the same way? I
Sure.
can bring over a handful of my friends and at least, give them a reason to be up here. And so, like, that was the initial idea, and it turned out, like, the first, it wasn't called Heart of Illinois. It was just, whatever, a party at my house.
Right.
And fucking, it was the tour of the Rape Stash.
The tour of
That's
the
what it
Rape-
was,
yeah.
like a Borning's tour. But, yeah, like, it ended up probably like 30, 40 people. There was 6 bands.
Dude, it was
And
awesome.
It was a really, really fun time. We had a grill going outside, and no issues with any kind of cops. And I live in an
Right.
apartment. I live in a tiny ass apartment.
Right.
So
this is the same apartment you currently
Yeah,
live in?
the same one I
Okay.
currently live in. So we had like cleared out some stuff out of it, shuffled stuff around, and we had the merch set up like walking through my bedroom to go to the bathroom.
Dude,
there
it was like
there
straight
was
up
like
merch
chairs
booth,
and
dude.
shit in my bed, and both of those were just lined with merch. And people, dude, they walked out of there with money in their pockets.
Yeah, the
from the merch,
motherfuckers were
though.
buying the shit out of everybody's merch.
So that was the first year, and then so the second year, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yeah, that makes sense. So
Yeah.
So 2016 is the second year. So me and a Borning, we go on tour again. This time, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do this show at my house, and now I'm all fucking stoked on it because I did it once. You
Now
know?
it's called Small Ass Apartment Fest.
Yeah, they call it Small Ass Apartment Fest, and fucking, I think there was 7 bands for this one. And before I left to go on tour, me and Chris had Shaw back here, we had fucking cleared out some shit out of my apartment, like into my bedroom and like out of the living room. I gave him the fucking keys to my apartment. So,
I remember that.
Yeah, so by the
I remember
time
you telling us about this.
oh hell yeah! So by the time I got back, then things would be set
Everything's
up,
popping, dude.
which was, which actually turned out to be a good deal. But anyway, so the show that we played before the Bloomington show was in Little Rock, Arkansas. So that was a fucking haul for us to get back up that day. So we're talking, like, I probably talked to Chris, like, coming outside Springfield here in Illinois. So we're getting closer, like, an hour away. And he's like, bro, there's a fucking party going on here. And I'm like, oh, shit. We pull up. I mean, we had 2 grills. Big Mike was cooking, and Chris was cooking. And there was, like, fucking, like, no bullshit, probably 60, 70 people there.
In his little apartment. Like, hanging out outside in the hallways.
First place I ever met Pete Saratovich. He came over. I'd never met him before.
Was he wearing a Limp Bizkit shirt?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so that party was fucking ridiculous. It was way too insane. It was still fun. No cops showed up. Like, nothing happened. At one point, my fucking my door, I have issues with my fucking lock and shit, and it got stuck. And we're all in this motherfucker, just deep. And fucking all of a sudden, you just hear bang, bang, bang on the outside. And it's like, Bloomington police, open up. And I'm fucking freaking out. I basically having a panic attack, I'm like, oh fuck, my door won't open. I'm like, I got this whole party inside the house, a band fucking sitting there. And I'm like, oh shit. So I fucking make it down the fucking other door down in the basement and come up, behind my door and fucking open the door to my buddy Bubbles.
Yeah, wasn't
who used to videotape, right? He's the biggest troll of them all. And he used to videotape everything. So he's sitting there with his camera and it's him. And I was like, bro, if I wasn't so relieved it's not the cops, I would knock you out right now.
Right.
Wow.
So he got me good on that. Anyway, so definitely realized that we couldn't do that there anymore.
Right.
So that was 2016. 2017, I rent this cabin in Forrest, Illinois, which is where the current HOI is going to be held this year again, but not at the cabin. At a bar. But anyway, we got this cabin and it was fucking sweet. Like, I could rent it for the night for a decent price. It was just this fucking open area. They had a pool table. There was a few chairs.
Yeah, you could bring tent camp out
Yeah,
there. You could crash in there for the night. It was so
badass.
awesome.
It was
perfect,
ideal.
dude.
So there I could, carry on the BYOB.
And they had refrigerators and beer coolers and shit that you could use and all kinds of shit.
So we weren't like restricted anyway. So we did that year. We did it for the second year. And then the band started getting bigger too, because like I started getting some bigger headliners. Cemetery Rapist came out and played at HOI 3, which is the first cabin show. And Mangled Atrocity from Kentucky.
Right. And Created to Kill
from Kentucky. And then I also, like next year, also at the cabin, I had Septicemic, which was like their second show, which is Jesse Watson's band.
Right?
Yep. And I can't remember who the fuck was the other guys that played that.
Fuck, dude, I don't know. They all blur together.
Yeah, I'm feeling bad. Whoever that was, I feel real bad. I had a second headliner, and I'm just fucking not thinking right. But anyway, also an equally awesome show. So two at my apartment, 2 at the cabin. And then some other bands fucking had a show at this cabin.
Acted a fool
and fucking trashed the place. I don't know how bad they trashed it or whatever. They just disrespectful and didn't leave it nice and probably broke something. Who knows? Every time I went in there, I left that motherfucker cleaner than when I went in. Because, that's just how you do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And we never had a problem. So anyway, these kids did, and then, these people were like, oh, well, they didn't want to do no shows there anymore. So I got that. So then last year, 2018, or 2019, we do HOI 5, and we end up doing that out of Bonesaw's house, which you guys were out, Bell Mayhem.
Right.
Which was also an awesome time. We had Horrid Demise from Texas come up. Aborning came out again. They were there
Severed
for 5
Head Shop.
straight. Severed Head Shop. They were awesome.
Yeah, dude, fucking, it was awesome.
I think Crotch Ripper and Vituperate, they were my headliners. So that was a really good time. Funny thing about that show was So I'm like, oh yeah, people could set up tents. We're out of Bonesaw's fucking land, you know
And
what I'm
it's like
saying?
April.
It's April, and
Didn't it snow or whatever?
oh my god, we had the show went off all right, and then at the end of the night, this fucking storm came in with just snow and
wind
those
just going
Texas boys,
nonstop,
they didn't know
dude.
what the fuck. They'd never seen no shit like that. They got the fuck out of Bourne. They're from Georgia, but like I had them with me.
Right.
But it was pretty like, okay, that's fucking crazy, you know?
Right.
That's when we moved Michael's fucking tent inside
I
of the
remember.
yeah, I remember
Yeah,
us
in the
inside
barn
the
or whatever.
barn, and he fucking
Yeah.
slept in the tent in the barn and shit.
Now, some issues that I had with that, it was really cool because I was like, oh, we'll do it at a Greg's house. That's fucking all kinds of fucking freedom, you know?
Sure.
All of a sudden, on the event page last year, I started getting messages, well, to my personal page on Facebook, from fucking cops and lieutenants and shit. And they're like, oh, we need to talk to you about this. You need to talk to the health department. And there's like all these fucking things about you have to have like porta potties and fucking fresh water for so many people. Like, it was a big fucking deal and like easy way to shut you down. Like,
Wow.
and I'm like, and I explained that. I'm like, look, this is just my birthday party. I was like,
Right.
it's not what you're thinking it is. It's not going to be that many people. And they were cool, and, you know, nothing ended up happening out of that. But that was definitely a lesson learned. Like, you got to watch that shit
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things.
Yeah, I remember last year.
Yeah,
you were
Yeah,
saying-
we
I
ran
always
into
knew
that
it was
in
gonna
Low
happen.
12 with a couple of
Yeah.
outdoor shows we wanted to do that got a little bigger than
Yeah.
like the perception, you know, the flyering and everything that went on. And yeah, we were getting contacted by the county that was like, I don't fucking think so.
Yep.
They wanted you to have that dram shop insurance.
Yeah.
They wanted you to have permits, all this shit. Then the landowners like, fuck that.
Yeah.
You know, once they hear all that kind of shit, they're like, nah. You know, it was like a cool, friendly thing, but then it
Yeah.
starts getting like that, and you're like
Yeah, it starts getting
hearing
all
from somebody that tells you,
bureaucratic
you know,
and
if
shit.
somebody is killed
Yeah.
or hurt at that show, they could sue you. You own the land.
Absolutely.
So
Right.
then they're like, sorry, dude, I can't do it here. So those can be difficult,
You know,
and the cops maybe think it's bigger than it is, you know.
You know what else was supposed to be a small festival?
Woodstock.
Woodstock.
Fucking Woodstock.
That's true. That's true. So interesting.
So you know, I mean, I learned a lot from trying to do that. Well, I mean, I did do it last year. We had the show, but I did learn a lot through all that. And you know, fast forward to this year and COVID. My show was originally on May 9th, which was supposed to be for my birthday, and
Right.
the COVID deal happened. So you know, I rescheduled for this date for Halloween. I had no idea the world was still going to be where it's at right now. I really thought we were going to be like, you
Let's
know,
go back to fucking
at
life.
least
fucking-
closer to
yeah.
normal. So that shows how much I know. But so far, everything's working out fine. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to have the show there.
Good.
We're having it at a bar this year at the Horseshoe in Forrest.
Ain't got to worry about the permits and shit.
Right, ain't got to worry about that stuff. I mean, it's going to be better for a lot of other reasons. Not to mention, I'm friends with the bar owner.
Right.
And
Yeah, that's
it's a good
always
deal.
always is going to help.
Yep.
Very, very cool.
Are they putting a max on how
Yeah,
many
I
people
think
you're
the
having?
max is like 150 for a place like that, but we're not gonna we won't hit that high.
Right.
We might hit 100 people at the most. I don't even think that much.
That's what they say
Yeah,
about
no, I feel
Woodstock.
it.
So we got this coming up again. It's Halloween 2020. It's a Saturday,
Saturday,
so
yep.
that's awesome. And it's specifically the name of the place again.
The Horseshoe Saloon in Forrest, Illinois.
Yeah.
Forrest with 2 R's.
Right. And if you're in Forrest, you're probably not going to have a hard time finding it. And if you Google it, I'm
Yeah.
sure you can get directly there
And
easy
if-
enough.
if
Crack
any-
Street.
Yeah,
Crack
it's on
Street
Crack
with a
Street
K,
with a K. And if any of our longtime listeners remember, that's where you can go skiing.
Nice. That's right. That's right. Bring your ski poles
Bring your
with you.
poles. Yeah, but Halloween, that's on Saturday.
And what time does it start, you said,
2
Joe?
o'clock is going to be the doors, and the band's going to start like 3.
Okay.
The cool thing about my shows, like so far, I have one show a year. It's I call it a fest. It is. I have bands or whatever, but it's basically just like my party.
Right.
But the cool
But
thing
it's
about
fucking
it is
fun.
it's just like literally everybody that's there is just all friends and fucking people that get along. So a lot of them will show up early because they want to see every bit of it.
Right,
and
right.
stay till the end, which is
Yeah,
cool.
the
so.
one I was at, I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Really good camaraderie. reminded me of the heavycore days when we
Yeah.
used to do that kind of stuff. So I think that's awesome. So it starts at 3, but you can get there at 2.
Yep.
And all the bands are going to have merch. I know we're going to be there, Chris,
Yeah,
with
we'll
the
be there.
table. And we're going to have, Murder Metal Mayhem T-shirts. We'll have, some of my books there.
Hell yeah.
We'll have some
Some
koozies,
of the
whatever
Murder
we got
Metal
left.
Mayhem
We don't
book.
have a lot of them left. The Murder Metal Mayhem activity book. You can't live without that. I mean, that's a go, especially with the holidays coming
Yeah,
up,
fuck
Joey.
yeah.
Could buy a few for that. So we'll have merch, and everybody will be there.
Our
And
homeboy Jason,
supporting
Murder
it.
Machine Clothing, he's going to be fucking there with his
Awesome.
shit, dude.
Yeah,
So-
last time I bought something off him, I'm sure I will again. So I'm going to bring some money. I know that.
Hell yeah.
I know last time, Pete, you bought me the
Yeah.
Necro shirt, and I think Necro and the Croc
That's
Trooper
right.
CD.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll pick up something for you. Very, very cool. So the breakdown of the bands, Joey, how is it? What's the lineup? I know you had some changes. So what's the latest?
I mean, it's fucking 2020. What are you gonna do?
Right,
it's
what can you
fucking
fucking do,
constantly
man?
changing. But to be honest, it started off as a 13 band show. It's down to 12 right now. Not bad. I mean,
No.
we're 2 weeks out from the show. There's one of these bands that might drop. I don't know. Just people are sick right now, and have issues going on, and I get it. So, but right now, what we got so far is the local band, The Treachery Untold, which we talk about them and
Yeah.
bring them up on the show. They're local
Yeah,
boys.
local boys.
They've played both cabin shows and Greg's last year, so this will be the 4th time that they played, and they do the after party basically. So they're the last band that plays,
After
but they
the
always take us out just
fire
properly.
as fuck, dude.
Right.
Hey, so the rumor I
What's
heard
that?
isn't true.
We tried, man, but we just couldn't get that budget this year. So starting off the show, the first band that's going to be playing is Club and Seals of Antarctica, which is a couple buddies of ours, Ian
Yeah.
Bourne and Josh Ogden.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
Yep. They had just kind of started this project as something they were playing around with, and I just kind of asked, I was like, man, you guys think, you
could
would
do
be
a
able
little
to do
set,
something?
yeah.
And they're like, hell yeah. I was like, cool, man. Josh does the sound he did HOI last year, and
Right.
he helps us out a lot, so it's cool to have him on there. The next band that's going to play is Burnt to a Crisp, which is me on vocals and Alex, who was guitarist for Crotch Ripper, who does the guitars, and he wrote all the music for it. This will be the first time we played this live.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I've heard it. It
yeah.
sounds fucking badass.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
nice.
tight, man. We just did a demo. We're going to put out a 3-way on my label and shit. But, yeah, so we're going to bust this out live for people.
That's cool.
Third, we got Blood Feud. Blood Feud's played before. They're from Pontiac here in Illinois. Our buddy Skip and Randy and all them.
Very cool.
Interspecies Erotica's playing, which is our buddy Bonesaw
Yeah.
and Cody Durst.
Nice. Cody Durst.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is he going to be rolling, you think?
Man, he's going to be rolling. Indulge Devour, they're local to around here too.
Right.
Some more of our friends right there. They're on the show, and then Perennial Thrombosis, or whatever band Jesse's doing.
Whatever he decides to do that.
Our
fucking
buddy
day.
Jesse from Ohio, Butt Chug and Jesse, he's making his
Nice.
way back out from Dave.
Oh, he's gonna be there,
Yep.
right.
And he's been working on quite a few different projects, and I think the one he basically does is Blondie Fesser.
I think so too.
So
yeah.
that's probably what it is. But I got tired of changing around the fucking logo. So, and even on the lineup on the event page,
Just
I just
as
put
Jesse.
Jesse's band. Yeah. But the Dayton boys ripping it up, in that slot, and they'll definitely come out and do what they always do.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
always.
yeah.
Then after that, Necro Cannibal Ass Grinder, which is the song that we just played.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
If you guys notice, we're actually going to play the full songs instead of just 30
Yeah,
second
we're
clips
playing
of
the
bumpers.
entire, yes.
So you guys can hear the whole things. Necro Cannibal is our boy Trash Dick.
Fucking
He's
Trash
from
Dick's my
down
homie,
in
man.
Pawnee, Illinois. So I think he's the only other one-man band on the show this year, just me and him.
Just you and him, right?
after that, Virulent Excision, which is they're from Chicago,
right?
And they're a fucking bad. They're a
You
brutal
think
death
we
metal
should?
band.
We got some of that. You sent me. You want to play it? You want to play that now, or you want to run through the lineup? And
I'll
then play
finish the
some
last
stuff?
couple bands, and then we'll play y'all some Virulent Excision so you
All
can
right.
hear that.
That's cool.
Like I said, they're from Chicago, full band, slamming brutal death metal, and the vocalist Miguel, he's the one that puts on Chicago Domination Fest
Right.
up there.
Nice.
So that's awesome.
He's an awesome motherfucker
Yep.
too.
I'm going to do a Goremonger set there, of course, so people can
Hell
see
yeah.
that, jam out, do a little something for y'all. Putrid Liquid's going to play. They're from Dayton, Ohio as well, and they're just straight gore grind.
Okay.
Blasting ping snare, fucking. I saw them play at Durs
Oh yeah,
recently
yeah,
in Keokuk, Iowa. Such a fucking good band, and supposedly I don't know what kind of bullshit it was, or but the Book of World Records, Guinness hit them up and said that their band was the band that played the most shows of last year. And I was like, all right, that's a cool fucking stat.
Right?
Yeah,
That's
really.
fucking awesome.
So the last band that's going to be playing, and they're my headliner. They're not playing last, but the last one I'm announcing, but is Carnographer.
Yeah.
Nice.
These dudes are from Omaha, Nebraska. Fucking just badass death metal band.
So badass when they were at
I
fucking
got
South
to see
Dakota.
them and play with them at Slam Dakota Fest whenever me and Chris went up there recently, and they were just fucking phenomenal. The guys were so fucking cool.
Yeah, they were awesome dudes.
Their manager is this girl Les, who put on the Slam Dakota show, so it all worked out. We started talking to each other, and they were down to come down and do that. And
Very cool.
very, very excited. So yep,
Awesome.
so that's the bands.
Oh yeah, dude. So you wanna play some Virulent what is it? I'm sorry.
Virulent Excision.
I'll have to try to edit that out because I don't like that.
It's like a tongue twister, though.
It is. It is. I've tried to say it a few times now, but
Excision.
well, we've all fucked their name up now, but they're gonna fucking throw down. So here, let's check it out. damn, that's fucking sick.
Fucking
man.
slamming, dude.
Yeah.
Damn,
Those dudes are
virulent
fucking
excision.
badass.
I got it right, guys.
You got it.
Hell yeah, that's a hell of a fucking band. That's fucking sick. And we had a few songs that we were going to play. I don't know. We can maybe talk about some more stuff and play a little bit more.
Pepper them back in.
Yeah, that's cool. So, any funny, notable incidents from any of the past HOIs that I'm sure there's a lot, but I mean, you think of a couple of funnier ones that you want to share.
The story of Bubbles fucking
When not
playing
going to
cop.
say
that's a good one.
one.
That's a good one.
Another good one is man. I'm just trying to think. It didn't happen during the set, but I remember the last time that we played the cabin, the funniest shit is I'm up cleaning afterwards, because basically after the show's done, I have to start cleaning right then, because then by the time fucking 7 o'clock rolls around in the morning or whatever it is, that's how long it takes.
Right.
So I'm doing that, people are still fucking hanging out, being fucked up around me and fucking just whatever. But Alex of Crotch Ripper, I mean, he's the funnest dude to hang out with. He's just such good shit, but he just starts talking about these steaks. I'm like, what the fuck? He had fucking brought steaks. And in the cabin, there was this old ass fucking stove. Yeah. But it fucking worked and shit. And he took this big ass fucking pot, and I just remember him fucking cooking up, I don't know what was in it. But he had some mushrooms and fucking.
He just stood there, the fucking
busted it out.
And
a big ass piece of meat. And
he used to make the popcorn, right?
He did. He made
that
the
was
popcorn.
the fucking bomb. That stuff was good.
I always tell him, man, you should do that again, even small runs of it, because it was so good. But
it was really good.
Yeah.
The fucking tour when the beer got spilled out on the fucking floor.
That was a fucking great time.
Mosh pit going on and shit, and Tor's out there with the mop moshing while he's mopping the floor. It was fucking badass.
He cleaned the shit up out of that floor and moshed like a motherfucker the whole time.
Wow.
It was sick as fuck.
Any good puking? Anybody get really stupid like that?
You know what? Even fight situation, I only saw a couple tussles that really got broke up real quick. I never saw anybody get really sick.
No.
Which is
that's
really
fucking weird as shit.
I know, that's fucking really
weird. How about
weird.
a poop story?
You know what? No poop stories.
Wow.
My fest isn't living up to the hype now. You guys are kind of crushing it.
You gotta get some puke this year, some poop stories.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Well, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a great time. Like you said, you get a whole camaraderie with everybody. It's going to be a good time.
It's also, I just want to point out, too, that last HOI was the last time me and a lot of our other friends got to see our friend Ryan Ward, who passed away tragically, who from Cunt Torch. They had played HOI last year, and that was the last time that most of us got to hang out with him. So that sucks, and we'll probably do something to remember him.
Sure.
There, and he's always there in memory with us anyway, because he was a big part of our family around here.
Group.
Fuck yeah! Well, that song that you gave me that's about that whole concept, right?
Right. Yep.
So why don't we play that?
Yeah,
now?
we can play that one. It's called The Torches Family, and it was really awesome because I wanted to do a song, for Ryan. I actually sampled a couple of his songs in it, or stole a couple of his samples, and I got Joe Mortimer to do bass on the song, and Joe does bass for Crepitation and some other bands. He lives over in the UK. And I had 6 other guest vocalists on the song. We had our buddy Wasted Jesus. We had Phil, Necro Cannibal Ass Grinder. Bill Nye was on it. I'm spacing right now. But
Jesse was on it.
Jesse was on it.
Cool.
But it was just all really good friends of Ryan's, and it was really cool that each of us had a part on it. I used a little bit of ICP sampling in it, too, because Ryan was a big juggler.
He's a huge juggler.
Right. Yeah, I remember that pictures of him.
Yeah,
with
so
that.
this song really means a lot to me and a few other guys here in our scene. So
all right,
play
cool.
this for
Let's
y'all.
check this one out.
Select mode of death, quick and painless, or slow and horrible. You have selected slow and horrible.
Good choice.
Fucking right. Torch's family.
Some Joey Gormonger there. Awesome
It's
stuff.
It's almost like a New York hardcore type thing going on.
I mean, I was born in Connecticut. Grew up on Gorilla Biscuits and Youth
so,
of the Day.
True.
There you go. Youth of Today from Danbury.
Yeah, hell yeah.
There you go. Is right. So
They're from. I didn't know they were from. I knew they were from Connecticut. I didn't know they were from Danbury.
Yeah, they're from. Ray Capo was from Danbury. He
That's
used to be a
fucking
little
awesome.
punk.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Him and Porcello.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to be there, of course, this year. We'll have a booth set up. I don't know if we've got anything you want us to do.
I'll probably get you guys up there for a minute. We'll just talk a little shit to some people.
No, that's
always
cool.
fun. Get on the mic. But yeah, definitely have the booth set up. And
Awesome.
we're also talking about doing like remote or live.
Yeah, some Facebook
Some
Live.
Facebook
with some of the
Live.
bands.
Some of the
Yeah.
bands.
Yeah, that's right. We're definitely going to do that
Yeah,
at
that's
the
a
table.
good idea.
Yeah, get some bands over there and
People
talk.
dig
and-
that shit.
So on Halloween during the day, starting at 3:00, you'll be able to check on Facebook. We'll be posting live stuff that we'll be doing right at the event. So that'll be fun. The specifics again: Saturday, October 31st. Halloween, of course.
This year, 2020.
Yeah, so if you're listening to this, it's within a day or two, depending on when you're hearing it.
Yeah.
But make sure you go check it out. It's at the Horseshoe. Is that what it's called?
Horseshoe Saloon in
Horseshoe
Forrest,
Saloon.
Illinois.
Forrest, Illinois.
That just sounds awesome.
Right.
Yeah. So it's going to be a good time, and it starts. Doors are at 2, bands start at 3, and it goes till what, midnight or 1 o'clock?
It goes to midnight.
We get time change the same night.
That's right.
I didn't want to push it all the way to 1. I hate doing that shit.
Right.
I like to leave a little bit of space at the end.
Right.
The show's really lax now with the time, which is a lot better than being so fucking strenuous with it.
Mm-hmm.
And like Chris said, the time goes back that night too, so that's fucking awesome. So.
Right, gain an hour.
Yep.
So very, very cool. Well, I think we've done it. Anything you want to add, Joey, about the show? Or?
No, just thanks to anybody that listened to this. My little party here in Illinois is always a good time, and I know that people that listen to Murder Metal Mayhem Metal might not be a big part of your thing because we do murder mostly.
Right.
That's our big bread and butter, I guess. but yeah, anybody that listens to this, I really, really appreciate you if you are from around the area. It's only a $5 show.
Right.
$5, 12 bands. I mean, you can't beat that.
Can't beat it.
No.
It's like a
great
sore
time.
dick.
Just can't beat it.
All right. So Joey, what's this last song we're going to hear? Because these guys are fucking wicked. This is the band from Nebraska.
Yeah, Carnographer, Omaha, Nebraska. I'm pretty sure Clitoral Carnage, is that the song we're playing?
Yes.
Yes. No, I mean, these dudes they've been making a little bit of noise on the circuit for a few years. I've been seeing them and shit. And this time, like, I really got to pay attention to their set. And I was like, yeah, these guys are the fucking beast right here. So the fact they were wanting to come down. And I'll tell you what else is cool, too, is because a lot of people associate me, of course, and what I do with just, like, a lot of the drum machine bands and one-man bands, which I get that. But like I said, there's only 2 one-man bands on my show this year, and there's more drummers than there are drum machines.
Yep.
So I was
which is different.
Yeah, I was definitely trying to put a little bit of mix into all that.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
So
very cool. All right. Well, we'll close out the show with this. We'll see you guys there, and I'm sure it'll be a good time, and I'm sure we'll have some after the show discussions on future podcasts. So, all right.
Metal.
Something